Hey everyone, George Stavrou here from the Stavrou Method once again. In today's video message, I'm going to be covering checklists to ensure optimal results from your program. In order to get the optimal results from your program, I suggest that you familiarize yourself with and follow our list of tests, questionnaires, tools, and resources. The greater number of items you can incorporate into your program, the better your results. Here's a list of what I'm recommending to stay on top of things. Medical clearance, assessment and weight training readiness, training level, which one is appropriate for you, fitness goals and expectations, setting up your home gym, food allergies and intolerance testing, prime yourself for the supreme workout, the 3-step approach to consistently great workouts, list of recommended supplements prior to starting a program, clean up your cupboards of bad food, athletic clothing. If you feel and look good, you'll be more productive, motivating music, affirmation recordings, recovery methods, and sleep log. I also highly recommend that you visit our site at www.thestavrumethod.com and fill in the opt-in form at the bottom of the page to get your hands on 2 incredible free ebooks. First one is How You Can Sculpt a Leaner, Healthier Body in 12 Weeks, a guide for beginners, which is the #1 bestseller on Amazon. And the second one is the abridged version of the Stavrou Method, a 12-week day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. Also, if you have any questions on health or wellness I can help you out with, shoot me an email at george@thestavrumethod.com. Thanks for your time and looking forward to catch up with you with the next video. Hey everyone, George Stavrou here once again from the Stavrou Method. In today's video message, I'm going to be covering medical clearance. Before beginning any exercise program, it's extremely important to consult with your family physician. And I can't stress this enough. Generally speaking, if you answered no to all the questions in the Part Q that I covered in a previous video, then you should be in reasonably good condition to begin an exercise program. This does not mean that you can go out and run a marathon this weekend or begin an intense weight training regimen suited for professional athletes, but it does mean that you should start off exercising with minimal resistance and gradually increase the intensity. Speak to a certified personal trainer regarding an appropriate program to follow. If you are unclear about the exercise regimen that you're on or plan on using, show your doctor what you intend to do. He or she can give you guidelines to follow to ensure that you minimize any risk of injury. I consulted 2 of my family physicians, Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale and Dr. Larry Baker, for their feedback on what's involved when seeing one physician prior to starting an exercise program. It's broken down to 3 sections: information gathering, complete physical, and various tests ordered. Information gathering. The doctor gathers information of any symptoms you may be aware of, your current medical history, any problems you've been diagnosed with, and medication you've been taking. Your physician also looks at past medical history. That is significant if you're starting an exercise program as laid out in this package. Family history may indicate you're genetically programmed to develop something in the future. Complete physical. A complete physical involves the following: checking every part of the body: eyes, ears, throat, mouth, blood pressure, abdomen and all vital organs, back and extremities for any signs of a disease process and abnormalities. Average blood pressure is 120/80. Maximal blood pressure is 135/85 or as low as 100/70. Heart rate should be between 60 and 82, and outside those ranges could be nervousness about being at the doctor, or white coat syndrome, or a disease. As far as various test orders, there's tons of different tests that are recommended when you are seeing a physician. Too much to cover in this video, so I'm actually going to have a link to the PDF in the description box below this video. Okay. In the meantime, I highly recommend that you visit our website at www.thestavrumethod.com. Fill in the opt-in form at the bottom of the page to get your hands on 2 incredible free resources to help you improve your health and wellness. First is the ebook, How You Can Sculpt a Leaner, Healthier Body in 12 Weeks, a guide for beginners, which is the #1 bestseller on Amazon, and also the abridged version of the Stavrou Method, a 12-week day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. Also, if you have any questions on health and wellness, feel free to send me an email to george@thestavrumethod.com. Okay, George Stavrou signing off for today. Hey everyone, George Stavrou once again from the Stavrou Method. In today's video message, I'm going to be covering assessment and weight training readiness. Assessment, what is it? After receiving medical clearance, it's important to have a fitness assessment. Fitness assessment consists of establishing your present condition in a number of areas: resting heart rate, resting blood pressure, current body weight, body fat percentage, lean body weight, girth measurements, aerobic fitness, flexibility, range of motion or ROM for short, muscle, strength, and endurance levels. The majority of these items are covered in the CPAFLA, Canadian Physical Activity, Fitness, and Lifestyle Approach. The CPAFLA was established as a protocol by the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology. And to find out more about this organization, visit the link below in the description box. And why is it important to have an assessment done? It's important to know the results of your fitness assessment because it's easy to determine your fitness goals based on these numbers. If you don't know where you are right now, you won't know where to go. For example, let's assume that your current body weight is 150 pounds at 20% body fat, and based on your results, you want to be at 15% body fat. There are many ways to achieve your goal. You could maintain your current lean body weight and lose 9 pounds of fat, bulk up and add 50 pounds of muscle while keeping your fat weight steady, an unrealistic goal for most people. Or 3, combine the two approaches, lose fat while adding muscle. By doing both, you could still weigh 150 pounds by gaining 7.5 pounds of muscle and losing 7.5 pounds of fat. This is probably a healthier way to achieve your goal. Motivation. Another reason to have an assessment done on a regular basis is to provide extra motivation when you see progress from one assessment to the next. By comparing your numbers, you can determine what part of your training program is working or what needs to be changed. Measurements. Below is a handy chart to record the measurements from your assessment. It's essential to monitor the following from one assessment to the next: girth measurements, resting heart rate, resting blood pressure, height, weight, body mass index, fat weight, lean body weight. Okay. The previous recommendations are just a bare minimum. For those of you that are really motivated and staying on top of your progress, you can also include information on range of motion for the various joints in your body, strength levels, etc. Certified personal trainer can assess you in this area. And also have a copy of the chart in the description box below this video. Body mass index. Body mass index, or BMI for short, is a formula that relates one's weight to their height. The formula is as follows: your weight in kilograms divided by your height in meters squared. So for example, an 80 kilogram man at a height of 1.85 meters would have a BMI of 23.4. That's 80 divided by 1.85 squared. A healthy BMI is normally 20 to 25. A BMI less than 20 can be due to extreme dieting or the effect of the disease. A BMI greater than 25 can be due to 2 different factors: high body fat or appreciable muscle mass and or heavy bone structure. To find out where you stand, it's very crucial to have your skin folds measured. If your skin folds are relatively low, then a higher BMI is acceptable. Talk to a certified personal trainer about the skin fold measurements. And for those of you that would like a more accurate measurement of your current condition, I suggest that you read the information by Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale on his metabolic index, which is a little bit further below this video. Metabolic index is the best way to measure your progress while you're on the metabolic diet. The MIDX takes into account all the variables that other methods can't. Not only does it address the height-weight issue, but also the degree of body fat. With the MIDX, you get a snapshot of your body composition and progress. What is the MIDX and what does it measure? The MIDX is a ratio derived by considering not only weight and height, but also percentage of body fat. It uses a very easy formula for calculating. In fact, just fill in your weight in pounds, your height in inches, and your body fat level as a percentage into the following formula and do the calculations. So we're looking at body weight in pounds divided by the height in inches squared, and the results multiplied by 7,250, and the results divided by the percent body fat. And also have the formula in the description box below this video. Oh, sorry guys, a bit of a technical glitch. Okay, so in Dr. Di Pasquale's case, his MIDX is 185. So it's basically his weight is 185, and we're looking at his height of 5'6" squared. So his MIDX is 30.8, and that's also based on his body fat percentage of 10%. Okay. So even though he's heavy for his height, he has a fair amount of muscle mass and a low body fat. So rather than looking fat, he looks trim and muscular. Once you've established your baseline MIDX, it's easy to objectively see if you're making progress. So let's say that I go on the metabolic diet and get down to a minimum of 175 pounds and 8% body fat. My MIDX would be 36. The increase in the MIDX shows that at 175 pounds and 8% body fat, I'm carrying less fat in proportion to my muscle mass than at 185 pounds and 10% body fat. This shows that I'm making good progress, although my muscle mass and body fat levels are more extreme than most men would want, but not as extreme as a competitive bodybuilder might want. The important thing about the MIDX is that it will give you a starting point, and from there an indication of how you're progressing every step of the way. Once you've established your baseline MIDX, it's easy to objectively see if you're making progress. If you're losing body fat but not at the expense of important muscle mass. If the MIDX is going up, even minimally, you're making progress. The higher the metabolic index, up to a point, the better your improvement and the closer you are to your goals. The lower the metabolic index is, the more room for improvement there is in the determination of just how much more you have to go to reach your goals. The ideal for the average woman is different than for the average man. For women, the ideal is around 13 to 20, while for men it's between 22 to 32. In reality, the final point doesn't really matter since it's the improvement that counts. As long as the index keeps going up, then there is some room for improvement. Or actually, there's some improvement being made. And once the index gets about 18 for women and 32 for men, you're looking at muscle mass and body fat levels that are too extreme for most of us, but not to those who aspire to bodybuilding and competitive fitness standards. In reality, the MIDX is an indicator that when you're losing weight, you're close to maintaining or even increasing lean body mass as you lose body fat. In fact, the more lean body mass you have and the less fat, the better the index. If someone loses even a lot of weight but loses too much lean body mass, the index won't improve all that much. What that means is that even though the person has lost weight, they look very flabby and therefore lost the weight by sacrificing muscle mass. This is exactly the opposite of what most people want. They want to lose weight, but they also want to look slim and trim. Now that you've got something to accurately measure your progress, let's get at it by following the metabolic diet and working out. And give you guys a heads up, the metabolic diet was actually a precursor to the Stavrou diet. So I took the concepts from Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale's metabolic diet and just took it to a different level over here by also incorporating food allergies, intolerances, and also a food rotation program. Okay, so once again, I highly encourage you to visit our website at www.thestavrumethod.com. Fill in the opt-in form at the very bottom of the site to get your hands on 2 incredibly free ebooks on health and wellness, how you can sculpt a leaner, healthier body in 12 weeks, a guide for beginners, and the Stavrou Method, 12-week day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. And as always, any questions on health and wellness, send me an email to george@thestavrumethod.com. Okay, once again, George signing off from the Stavrou Method, and I'll see you in our next video the next day.